Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kristin. If you're new here, hi. Thanks for coming by. On my channel here, my name is Kristin, by the way, and on my channel I do lots of cooking videos, some baking videos, basically, homemaker type stuff. But anyway, today I'm making a dessert. On my property, I have a big peach tree out there, and we have all these peaches that need to be used up. So I'm going to be making a peach galette, and I thought it'd be a great way to use up some peaches. I've never made one before. It's basically kind of like an open-faced pie, basically. We'll call it that. It's rustic. We're going to throw it together on a sheet pan and bake it that way. It's not going to go in a pie tin pie dish. But anyway, if you like to see how I do this, then just keep watching. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do for this galette, I think that's how you pronounce it, is we need to make the pie crust. You could use store-bought if you want. You're a little crooked. But I like to make my own. It's really easy, probably a little bit cheaper, and it just tastes better than store-bought, in my opinion. But do what you will, do what you want, okay? So I like to make as I said, my pie crust from scratch. And have you heard of the movie Waitress? It has Kerry Russell in it, and it's just a really cute little kind of drama comedy type of movie, and she's a waitress in it, and she's pregnant, and it's a great movie. Watch it. It's kind of old. It's from like 2007, but it's one of my favorites. And they came out with a cookbook that has all the recipes in the movie. Here, let me switch my camera around so you can see it better. Just a minute. But anyway, here's the book, the Waitress Pie Book. Jenna Hunterson is her name in it. And I just love the movie. It's one of my very favorites. And there's a recipe for classic pie crust. And it has directions for a single and a double. If you want to do it by hand, or if you want to do it in the food processor, which is how I always do it. And there's nice little pictures here. But I love this cookbook. We bought it, we found it on Amazon, and I'm so glad I got it. So anyway, let's get going on. Okay, so because it's a galette and it's like an open-faced pie, you only need one crust. We're not putting a crust on top. So the first thing you need to do is grate your cold butter. This is right out of the fridge. You could also take it right out of the freezer too if you keep your butter in the freezer. That's what I do with my butter. If I have extra butter and I know I'm not going to use it right away, I'll put it in the freezer. And you can either cut your butter up with a knife into small pieces, which is time consuming. I hate doing it that way. Or you can use a pastry cutter. I hate this thing. I hate it. This is how I used to do my pie crust. This is a hard way to do it. Don't do it that way. Use your cheese grater. It's so much easier. I promise. It's so much better. So for a single pie crust, we're going to use 1 stick of butter. You could use salted butter. That would be okay. So I just kind of fold it down and then kind of hold on to the wax paper. And let me show you. And then just grate it like this. And then you get perfect shreds, pieces of butter. And it's going to incorporate so much faster into the flour. I'm going to do it like this. I try and grate it as fast as I can because you don't want the butter to warm up too much, because then your pie crust will not be as flaky. And this is a really good pie crust recipe. Whenever I make pot pie in the wintertime, I always use this recipe, but I will sub out vinegar for the sugar because it's a savory recipe, pot pie is. And it turns out really good. Very, very good. So here we go. Here's 1 stick of butter grated. And as you can see, it's really nice and small pieces, uniform pieces. All right. So anyway, I'm going to put this pan in the freezer and get the rest of my ingredients together, and we'll start putting together this pie dough. It comes together really quick and it's easy. So anyway, I'm going to throw this in the freezer and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm ready to start my pie crust. Can I just take a minute? I finally got new microphones. I realize the sound quality on my videos has not been great lately. I can't find my old microphones, and to be honest, they didn't work well anyway. So I finally got a new one. It's right here. And I'm so excited because it has noise canceling, and because my dishwasher is going right now and you guys can't even hear it. I'm so excited. This will just give me so much more freedom to do videos. I can do my videos while everybody else is out and about around in my living room, and they're not going to be muddying up my videos with their chatter and the TV and everything. So I'm just so excited to be able to have decent sound again on my videos. So I'm sorry about the horrible sound before in my several videos. It only sounded good when I did voiceovers. So anyway, let's get going on the pie crust. So let me turn this around so you can see. I need 1.25 cups of all-purpose flour. That's what we have here. All-purpose flour. It is important not to pack your measuring cup with flour because then you'll end up having too much. But it is important to just kind of make it overflowing like this, and then just take your spoon or whatever and just scrape across the top of it so that you'll have the correct measurements. So there's 1 cup, and then I need 1/4 cup. So I'm just going to go in like this. It's overflowing a little bit. That's okay. Scrape off the excess. Put it in your thingy there. And then 1 tablespoon of sugar. This is going to be a dessert, so we need sweetness. If I would, like I explained a little bit earlier, if I was doing a savory recipe, I would sub vinegar instead of the sugar. And then I need 1/2 teaspoon of salt. But if you were using salted butter, I would just not add in the extra salt. But I always buy unsalted butter, so I'm just working with what I have here. So 1.5 teaspoon of salt goes in. Okay, so now that I have everything that I need in the blender. Oh, okay. So I'm just gonna put the top on, and then I'm gonna pulse everything together here. Hello. I'm using this backwards, so okay. I'll just pulse it together just to get the flour and the salt and everything mixed up. Okay, now I'm going to grab the butter. Get this out of the freezer. Which it's only been in the freezer for a few minutes, so it's not that frozen, but it's okay. It's okay. We'll do it anyway. Just a second. Okay, I have my butter here. So I'm just going to kind of sprinkle it all over the top of the surface of the flour. That sounds a little better. Okay. Yeah, you just don't want to handle your butter too much because we don't want to warm it up, because then it just won't be as flaky as it can be. Just using my little bench scrape here. Okay. So now I'll put the lid back on, and then I'm gonna pulse this little pulse button until the butter is coated in all the flour and it just all comes together a little bit. Just go like this. And also when you're doing a pie crust, it's a good idea to not run your machine too much, because the heat from the food processor could also warm up your butter too much. So just do a few quick pulses just until it comes together, and then that's it. And then take your lid off. And then as you can see, we have crumbs, just like that. And this is perfect. You want it to look like sandy crumbs, if you will. See here. Hold on, I'm back. So we're gonna put the lid back on. And then here I have 3 to 4 tablespoons. I know you can't really read it, it's backwards, I know. But of cold water, and I have some ice cubes in here. And this is also gonna really help your crust be really flaky and delicious, okay? So I'm just going to dump this in a tablespoon at a time, just until the flour, all the ingredients here come together in clumps. And like when you open the lid and you take a little pinch of the dough between your fingers and it stays as a clump, I'll show you. Then that's when you know you've had enough and you can dump it out onto your counter and start to really knead it and get it into a dough. So let's do this. Okay, so I'm just going to dump a little bit and pulse at the same time. And you'll see it'll start coming together pretty quick here. And you don't want to add too much liquid, because that could ruin your dough too. It would make it really tough. I've made that mistake before. Oops, some ice cubes, it's okay. So this was about 4 tablespoons of water I just poured in. And I think that should be good enough. Here, I'll show you the texture. So here it is. It's all ready to go. And as you can see, I just pinched a little bit of it between my fingers and it stays as a clump, as you can see here. So then that's when you know it has enough liquid and it's ready to be dumped out and formed into a dough ball. Okay, so we'll move this food processor aside. We're all done with it. And I'm just gonna sprinkle my surface here with a little bit of flour. That probably wasn't necessary at this moment, but anyway, I'm just going to dump my dough out. And I'm just going to, as quickly as I can, work it with my hands. I know they say you're supposed to like use your fingertips so you're not putting too much heat. That is just too dainty, okay? It just takes too long doing it like that. So I'm just gonna use my hands to press it together, just like this. As you can see, it comes together really, really quick and easy. Just like this. I'm just gonna press it together. Trying to go quickly here, trying not to put too much heat on my dough. But I want to make sure it's all gonna stay together and it doesn't crumble too much when I go to roll it out. So now I need to put this in the fridge for about an hour. 2 is probably better, but I want to get this done before I start dinner tonight, so I'm just gonna leave it in the fridge for 1 hour. I'm gonna take a food storage bag like this, just a quart size, and put my dough in here, and then just kind of flatten it out so we can kind of get a head start on rolling the dough out when it's chilled. So I'm going to close this up and, oops, sorry about my finger there. Oops, I made it cloudy. Let me wipe you off here, sorry. And put it in the fridge for a few hours. So I'll see you back in a little bit. We're going to start on the filling really quick soon. Really quick here, okay? So see you in a minute. Okay, I'm back. We're ready to do the filling. I have my little recipe here that I found on Pinterest, and I'll link it for you in the description box. So here's my peaches. We've been picking them off and on whenever they look ripe on the tree. So I'm going to pick about, we'll do 4. I'm going to pick 4 peaches here that look good. Let's see. I think this one is pretty soft. So as you can see, they're covered in a brown dust, and that is cinnamon. I found that if you sprinkle the peaches with a little bit of cinnamon, it kind of helps with the bug problem. Because we had, you know, when you have sweet fruits, ants are a problem. And these little like box bugs, I think my husband said, they kind of look a little bit smaller than a stink bug and not as like round. Their body is a little bit more narrow, but they seem to really like the peaches too. So I found that sprinkling them with a little bit of cinnamon, and also I sprayed the tree with a gallon of water mixed with 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, and that seemed to help too. I wanted to go as natural as I can because we have some bees over there right next to the tree, and I didn't want to hurt the bees, so I wanted to do something as natural as possible. So that's what we did, and it worked out pretty well. I'm surprised at how many peaches we actually got. Like, this year was phenomenal for peaches. I mean, we've never gotten such a good bearing of fruits since we've had that tree. I mean, this is like, we've had that tree for probably 5 or 6 years, and this is only like really the 2nd year that we've had a good fruit production. Let's say that. Oh, I need one more. I was busy yapping away. This one feels a little bit too soft. That one's starting to go. This one is pretty firm. Not pretty firm. It's firm, but it has some give to it when I lightly squeeze it. Just a little bit. That one's perfect. Oh, I love the color of peaches. It's so pretty. I love it. Okay, so let me angle you down on here a little bit. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to peel these, and then I'm going to slice these. Take the pit out, of course, and slice them to a 1/4 inch thick slices. Let me get a knife here. I'll just use this little steak knife here. It's fine. So peeling peaches is kind of a pain in the butt. but I think the easiest, not the easiest way, but in order to like not waste a lot of the flesh, I think that peeling with your fingers, if you can, is the best way to go. Some peel really good with your fingers and some don't. But as you can see, it just comes off really easily with your fingers on some of them. And look at that peach. It's so pretty. So anyway, I love pies and peaches. So I thought, I've made a cobbler so far this season. I did do a video on that. But I wanted to make this galette. I've never had one before, and I've never made one. I mean, it's a peach pie, basically. Let's not get too fancy about it. But I've just never made one before, and I've never had one. So I thought, perfect. This is the perfect time to do this. These are all peeling just so well. I'm really, really happy about it. I'm also so happy about my microphone. I can't tell you guys. Like, I can make videos and have my kitchen appliances running and you can't hear it, but you can still hear me, you know, talking in my videos. Like, I'm so excited. I don't know why it took me so long to get a noise canceling microphone. Like, this is amazing. I love it. Hopefully there's no bugs in here, in these. I feel like you don't really know until you start cutting into the fruit. But these are peeling so nice. And we still have a few peaches left on the tree. Mom, I know I need to get some to you. I told you I would. But the season is almost done. Isn't it sad? We're coming to an end of summer already. Soon we'll have football on again. It's not my favorite. I'm not a football person, but I love the snacks that come with it. Okay, that's the best part about football. Okay, so now I'm gonna get a bowl. And I'm going to just mix this together real quick. And yeah, you want these to be kind of neat slices. So I'm just gonna like that. I'll just say like that big. This is thicker than the recipe says, I'm sure. That looks more like a 1/2 inch, but I want them to stay together, you know? So I'll just cut them like that. But as you can see, the inside looks really good. I don't see any pests in here. So that's good. So I'll just do that. Just cut the pieces in half. Like, it doesn't need to be really neat. I'm not going to neatly layer them inside the pie crust. I'm just going to put them in. It's just me and my family that's going to eat this, and I'm just not going to be that precise about it. So I'll just cut these up and put them in my bowl here. We're going to put in some sugar and some lemon juice and some cornstarch. The cornstarch is not totally necessary, but it will help the syrup to thicken up the juices that the peaches are going to give off, so that you'll have a nice thick syrupy liquid with your peaches, and it will be so delicious. So I'm really excited about this dessert. And I have some vanilla ice cream. I went to the store this morning. I did my weekly shopping. And I'm ready for dessert tonight. So for dinner, I'm going to do a Pioneer Woman recipe. I'm going to do her orange chicken. And I'm excited about it. I love orange chicken. I don't make it very often, but we just, you know, couldn't figure out what to eat for dinner. This is Sunday night, and so I said, how about orange chicken? That sounds good to me. Ooh, I wonder if I need more. What do you think? Because I want it to be like nice and really fruity in there. I think I'm going to cut 2 more. I'll cut 2 more. Why not? Ooh, this one's kind of bruised right there. We'll just kind of shave that part away. And I'm going to finish this up real quick and I'll be right back. All right, here are my peaches all cut up and ready to go. So I'm going to add to the peaches a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. So just do that. Kind of seems like a lot, but it's okay. We'll let it go. Okay, and then I have some imitation vanilla. I really love this. I get this at the chef store, and it's so much cheaper and it lasts so much longer than real vanilla. And I really don't think you can taste a difference, in my opinion. So let's see. It says 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I'm just going to eyeball it because I'm that good. Okay. And then I'm going to put, for a little bit of spice, I'm going to add some cinnamon. Just like that. There you go. See? Pretty. A little bit of lemon juice. Tablespoon of lemon juice. I'm going to use my little measuring cup here. I could use fresh, but I just didn't want to go to the effort of juicing a lemon. So 1 tablespoon bottled lemon juice. And then a teaspoon of cornstarch. This is the optional part. It will thicken the filling, which is a good thing. So 1 teaspoon. Just kind of sprinkle it in there like that. Okay. And then I'm just gonna stir it together. Angle you down here a little bit. Just like that. And then this will sit on the countertop until I'm ready to roll out the pie crust. Which, as I said, I want that to chill in the fridge for about an hour. So I'm going to let this sit down. Just sit out, hang out on the countertop. I'm going to clean up my dishes here, and I'll be back to finish up the dessert. Yum, yum. Look at that. That looks so good. Oh, geez, that's going to be delicious. Yummy, yum. This dessert was so good. I really highly recommend you make this. It was just a really good contrast between sour and sweet and buttery and flaky with the crust, and the ice cream just complemented it really nicely. So I will have it listed or linked for you in the description, of course. Thank you so much for sticking around. I know this was a longer video for me, but I was just kind of in the mood to chat. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.